Hello YouTube, and welcome to this video. Today I would like to talk about how to save America. Now I don't know if you've been living under a rock or not, but things in America, man, doesn't seem to be going very well. A lot of division. There's rioting, protesting, killing, looting. I'm realizing that there are a few things that I think if we can change as a nation, we can fix these problems. I think I have identified where many of these problems are coming from, the roots. So let's see if we can, together, as Americans, fix some of these problems. Now, contrary to popular belief, many are saying that if you want to fix the problems in America, what you have to do is one of two things. You either vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden. Well, I would say that the reality is the situation of a people is not going to change unless they themselves change. So I would like to share 5 points that I think have contributed to the downfall of America. Now, without further ado, let's get into point number 1. The main reason why we are in the situation we're in is because, by and large, as a nation, we do not know our purpose in life. We don't know why we're here, how we got here, where we're going. What is this life all about? Now imagine you work for an organization and none of the employees know their purpose, know their job, understand why they're there, what they have to do, what's going to happen as a result of what they do. Do you think that organization is going to run smoothly? Of course not. In fact, I think what you'll find is that many of those people in the organization are just going to start doing whatever they feel like doing. Whatever appeals to their desires, that's what they're going to be doing. So as human beings in this nation, if we don't know our purpose in life, what are we doing? Are we just chasing our desires? And if so, how are we going to survive as a nation? If our purpose is to do that which pleases our Creator, then how are we going to be successful if all we do is chase that which pleases ourselves? Well, we're going to find ourselves racing towards destruction. And that leads me to point number 2, the breakdown of the family. And this is by and large a result of point number 1. If you don't know your purpose and you're just left with chasing your desires, then why wouldn't the family break down? The most major desire that is completely natural that one has is regarding their relations with the opposite gender. So look at the society that we live in today, where people dress however they want. They are constantly putting themselves on display to be attractive to the opposite gender, to play into their desires. When it comes to a man and a woman coming together, this is actually how you create a family. The way that we were designed and created was that when a man and a woman come together, they get married, they have children. That is how they fulfill these desires in a way that is pleasing to their Lord, in a way that is beneficial to themselves and those around them. However, when your concern is only fulfilling the desire itself, you want to do away with that commitment of marriage. So there are things like contraceptives. And if those don't work, or if you don't want to use them, you have abortion. So now you have a situation where people are trying to come together and fulfill their desires without being forced to have that attachment of family. To the point where you have literally apps on your phone where people try to hook up with one another. You have all kinds of things on the internet just dedicated to fulfilling these sorts of desires. So of course this has led to the breakdown of the family. There's a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, and nowadays you don't even have 2 parents in many households to raise a child, let alone a village. So of course this has been a major contribution to the destruction of this nation. A third major problem is drugs. Look at the devastating effects that alcohol and pills and all sorts of drugs have had. If you go to any of the most run-down, poverty-stricken, violent neighborhoods in America, you will always find that it is largely due to drugs and those who are involved in selling drugs. The 4th point I'd like to mention is usury. These banks enslaving people by charging interest, giving loans. The American people have bought into this idea that if you want to own something or you want to go to school or do this or that, then you need to get a loan, and then they're going to charge you interest. And then they got you in their pocket. Now they're going to be perpetually making money off of you. You'll have to pay back what they loaned you multiple times over. And this is something that is very displeasing to the one that created us. and is one of the reasons why this country is in such bad shape. The final and fifth point I'd like to mention is the blind leading the blind. Many of us, due to the fact that we don't know our purpose in life, we're not following the guidance that our Creator sent us. We don't understand the reality of how we came into existence, what we're doing here, what's truly, objectively, right and wrong, what happens to us in the hereafter as a result of how we lived our lives here today. Instead, we're taking in information from the media, from the secular education system, from politicians and celebrities, from people who themselves are astray and blind. So how are they going to lead you to the truth? How are they going to tell you what's right and wrong when they themselves don't know what's right and wrong? So if you truly are like me and you see this country really heading in the wrong direction, it's time to start self-reflecting, figuring out your purpose in life, and trying to live up to that. Remember that we have a Creator who created us, one that is truly in charge of all things, one who is going to hold us accountable for the way that we act in this life according to the guidance that He sent us. And unless and until we do that, we're going to keep heading down this path of destruction. Allah surely knows best. May He guide us to understand the reality of this life, our purpose. May He guide us to live up to what is expected of us so that we are successful in this life and in the hereafter. Thank you for watching.